Today, there are over 350 million websites with over 200 million active. A survey of over 900 websites for W3C compliance reveals a 28% error rate, and all of the websites have mobile errors. Let's take a closer look at the facts. All web pages have two things in common: content and code. What is the effect, if any, of serving invalid code on the website statistics? Let's take a look at how the statistics are accumulated in the server's log. Hits are all visits to websites. The search engines are like the Marines. They're the first to visit the site, and they visit active websites and are programmed to visit the URI as long as it remains active. The first clue about the quality of your source code is revealed in the hit-to-file ratio. Unique client visits and client revisits are revealed in the number of pages that are downloaded. A second key statistic to become familiar with are the number of visits and site visits per hit. A clue about client efficiency is revealed in the hit-to-page ratio. That's it. There are just a few facts to know before and after validation to determine the effectiveness of the code being served on your website. Duration is a key statistic to reveal the effectiveness of the advertising spend. Observe the 1 to 5 second exits and 5 to 10 second exits for clues about interoperability. The Internet is quite a different place than it was at its initial launch in 1990. Today there are 5 major browsers and over 140 different versions of their software running on client devices. The World Wide Web Consortium developed the code, standards, and validation tools to ensure discovery, access, and display of content. The tools are free and display errors and warnings for validation and correction for the best Internet experience. Let's look at the tools and see what they disclose for validation. There are 5 tests and 12 findings. The first is a screening of the source code. The second test is the validation for HTML, the code that search engines use for discovery. The third test is CSS validation, the code client browsers use for displaying content. The fourth test is mobile. Mobile has the buzz today. This test lists the errors and warnings for correction for a mobile-friendly experience. The fifth and final validation checks links, redirects, and anchors for errors that affect the processing time for loading content. The audit findings lists the errors and warnings by URI and URL for correction, and then a revalidation for confirmation of a valid website. Let's finally review the errors and warnings of the source code in charts for a deeper understanding of the quality of the source code. The HTML, or semantic code, determines how browsers process the code as well as search engines. All sites in our survey had mobile errors. Clients will leave a site if nothing is displayed on their browser in the first 10 seconds. Finally, here are the facts for your coders to correct, and we then revalidate the code, and you have a valid website. Thank you very much for your attention.